Hi everyone, I uploaded the other video that was over 12 minutes long, so I decided to come back and finish up on what I was talking about. I have a few other topics to talk about real quickly. Yes, my hair is up because it's getting hot. And I'm about to do some work, so the hair goes up. Okay, something that I wanted to talk about is a little touchy, and I really thought hard and long about talking about it, but I'm really thinking that this could help some people that may have the same issues as I do, and this is an issue that is very common. So here it goes. 17 years ago, when I was pregnant with our third child, we have 8 children, 7 with us, 1 in heaven. But when I was pregnant with our third, I started having digestive issues. And my fingernails are completely dirty from the garden, sorry. I talked with my OBGYN about it at the time, and he said that really there was nothing they could do about it at the time. It was probably because the bowel muscle had become lax and weak from, he called it multiple pregnancies. This was our third. So then he proceeds to tell me, and I have to insert right here, this is not my current gynecologist or the obstetrician of which I continue to use later. So if I ever mention my obstetrician's name or gynecologist's name, it's not the same one. But this one at the time recommended that after I had delivered our third child, that he could put me on Prozac, because Prozac had, the people that had taken Prozac had found out that it also had the side effect of helping them with that problem. And so this was at the time, this was 17 years ago, was when people that were taking that drug ended up, not all of them, but you heard stories of some of them killing their loved ones and whatnot, doing some crazy things. And I'm not one to just take any kind of prescription medicine like that without really thinking it over. And all medicines has a place and can be needed, but if there's any way I can prevent it, I'm not going to take it. So I never even mentioned it to him again. So for basically 17 years, and I should have gotten the box in there, I lived off from what I call the pink pills. It's just an over-the-counter laxative. And at one point, I would say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I took the Miralax, and it helped me for a while, and I thought I didn't need it anymore. So I quit, and things went back to my same miserable self, and so I had to start. When I started back on the Miralax, it quit working. So I started back on my pink pills and just lived off from those. And things were still not normal. I'm not going to go into detail, but things just were not normal. So off and on, I would do my research. I would try this, I would try that. I know that enzymes do help. I went on an enzyme regimen for a while, a strong probiotic regimen, because granted, I had only been on antibiotics and I replenish my probiotics, my good bacteria, just a few times whenever I'd have a urinary tract infection. So, also I have arthritis, which can affect, the type that I has can affect your digestive system as well, and on top of other things. So, anyway, I would go through cycles of, I'm going to find out what I can take, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I've done the water, I've done the fiber, I've done the enzymes, the probiotics, and I would then just still have to take what I call the pink pills. So I would just give up and say, well, this is just the way I'm made. I'm just going to have to take this, along with some anti-inflammatory medicine. And this is just the way I'm going to have to live the rest of my life, which I knew also was not healthy, but what alternative do you have? Because if you go to the doctor sometimes, I knew that it wasn't like a blockage or anything, is what I'm saying. If you have a sudden change in that, you need to go to the doctor and get tested. But I knew that it wasn't anything like that. So whenever I was in one of those cycles of wanting to find a solution to this, I ran across this medicine. And it's an herb, Cascara Sagrada. Okay, this is just the brand that I bought from Amazon. It's an herb that is known, it says it's known as a sacred bark. It was introduced to Spanish explorers during the 16th century by North American Indians. As an herbal ingredient, Cascara Sagrada has a mild laxative effect due to natural nutrients that induce contractions in the large intestines. It supports digestive and colon health. It supports for regular bowel movements, and regular is the key word there. Now, it doesn't say on this bottle, but when I did my research, I found out, okay, first of all, the Prozac that the doctor wanted to put me on after I delivered our third baby, he says that what it does is it builds up your bowel muscle. Well, guess what? Whenever I ran into this on the internet and looked it up and did my research, I found out that this builds your bowel muscle. So, fortunately, with the pink pills, I did not become addicted to them. I did not deal tremendously with, having to take too many. I would just take the minimal amount and keep it at that. And I kept that under control. So, with this, it's suggested to take 2 twice a day. Like I said, I don't like taking any medicine that I don't feel like I have to take. I take 2 once a day, and it works for me. This is after being on regular laxatives for over 16 years. Also, in addition to that, I eat a yogurt once a day that has probiotics in it. Granted, I'm about to start a batch of yogurt today, homemade yogurt, and so just make sure that you have a yogurt that has good probiotics, such as Activia. This comes from Aldi, so they have an equivalent in their brand. I don't know if this will help anyone. I was willing to put myself out there just in case it is. But I have to say, with the pink pills, things were still not normal. It kept me going, but not in a more natural way. Things are more natural with this. After years of taking the regular pills, I had lost all sensation of when it was time. And with this, I have signals in my body, natural signals of when it's time and all that. Okay, that's as far as I'm going with that. So anyway, I'll let you go, and I'm going to do one more video talking about our budget, and I think that'll be it for this time around. But yeah, I'm putting myself out there because I know what it's like. I've been there. It's not fun. And so I'm hoping that this will help someone. Talk to you later. Ciao.